Welcome to episode
Don't look at me. I don't know.
blank number.
30 something.
30-ish plus number of Saturday Detention, where today we're talking about like remade games, reimagined games, remaster games.
No, it's specifically reimagined.
Oh, specifically reimagined?
Yep, we'll do remasters and the other one some other day.
Oh, dude, I don't think we're gonna reach like 90 minutes with this.
I got you.
I don't think we're gonna reach 90 minutes with it, mainly because like I don't know.
What's the difference between reimagined and remake?
Okay,
You're not in this fucking podcast, bitch. You stay back there. You said no.
Can I just like randomly chime in like blah 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 blah?
grab a fucking chair and get up here, then, bitch.
No.
All right, then, shut the fuck
I'll
up.
speak loud enough from back here. I can project my voice very far.
All right, cool. So we're
Take
just
that
gonna
out,
keep
that's
fucking
copyright.
going. Anyways,
I mean, if you could think of any
So-
other reimagined games, that's the whole.
Demon Souls?
so
No, that's the remake.
I don't understand.
Okay. So a reimagining is they made the game from the ground up and tweaked story elements.
Like ukulele.
cool. So
Where did fucking ukulele? Wait, where'd that was go? I was gonna say I got
it's
it
Final
off
Fantasy
of-
VII Remake, RE2 and 3.
Those are
and Call of
reimaginings, right? Those are
2 and 3, yes.
like those are different. I didn't play those. You and Glenn played those.
So haven't played 3, played 2.
I'm
we
not
have
a,
3.
I'm not a spooky gaming person, but you know that.
Anyways, so yeah, we're talking about the originals versus the new, and talking about the main difference of just the two in general, how well they're received, and a number of other things, which in reality it's kind of up in the air on how well you think something has been received.
I mean, critically,
Something can sell amazingly, however it can be ass.
Marvel Infinite. No, I'm just kidding.
Last of Us 2.
That's gonna get some that's controversial statement.
Yeah, well,
Accurate controversial statement.
as I said, I'm one of the few people that I was like, you know what, this is a good game.
And then you got the Abby.
No, even then,
Oh.
Abby, like, I enjoyed that whole thing. I just kind of wish instead of, like, going through the full game, getting my full upgrade kit, and then resetting, it would have just went 1, 1, 1, 1, 1,
I love
1,
Kingdom
1.
Hearts.
Yeah. Anyways. So. Let's fucking do, let's do base first two games there. Resident Evil.
I haven't played those because scary games are not for Camerons.
That's fair.
Scary games are not for Camerons. There's a very distinct reason when y'all like, all right, Halloween special. I'm like, producer mode. All right, I'm leaving. Bye. I'm a bitch.
RE2 was fun. Like, so taking a game from a fixed camera perspective and then pushing it into a over-the-shoulder third-person perspective is interesting, because it goes from you have full view of this entire thing, nothing is really like a jump scare because you can fucking see it waiting around the corner, to now you can't see around corners, you don't have as much, I guess, vision, but you have more control over how your character moves and things like that. So you can dodge around things a little bit better. However, due to that, the game is a little bit longer. RE2 was also considered like Game of the Year material for a lot of people when remaster. I'm pretty sure it did. It won a couple. I can't remember off the top of my head because that was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
RE3 was last year.
Fuck. Shit, we're old.
What?
I'm ready.
So like, my whole thing with it, I don't think they need to reimagine Resident Evil.
Yeah.
'Cause, like-
Resident Evil 2 came out in January 2019.
They should reimagine Resident Evil.
Because
And
my biggest issue
RE3 was actually April this year, which
yeah.
doesn't feel like it, but then again, also because like COVID. Like, fucking Final Fantasy VII Remake doesn't feel like this year either.
I was going to say Final Fantasy was like, I came out in April, and I'm like, yeah, you did. You came out 3 years ago.
Yeah.
No, this year.
It's been a while.
What is time?
Um,
But I don't think they didn't have to reimagine it, because now they're going to be like, let's do all of them. And I'm like,
Yeah,
4 already has a reimagining. It's called The Evil Within.
that's fair. It's understandable.
Because, like, I watched you play it. I watched Max played it, right?
I believe Max played it. Yeah.
It was like,
I need to actually fully play through that game.
it's like, yeah, you go to the village. There's a dude that's chasing you. You go to some other places. There's a fucking boat level. I'm like, yeah, this is just Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
So I don't get why they doing this.
I mean, okay.
1, 2, and
So-
3, sure.
1, 2, and 3, I get it. 4 also feels kind of dated. Personally, I haven't played through 4, but I haven't played through 4, but I've dabbled in 4. I got like 3 hours in, which for some people they're like, you should have beaten the game already. Well, fuck you, I've never played it.
I don't speedrun.
I don't speedrun Resident Evil games. Dark Souls games, I'm down to. You fucking put Dark Souls 1, 2, or 3 in front of me, I'll beat that shit in like 5 hours at max. If I'm really slow and trying to do like a one-hand challenge or something. But like,
Don't tip me.
Resident
Don't
Evil-
give me ideas.
Resident Evil, the atmosphere is what makes the game fun. Like the tension, the me and Glenn running in circles from Mr. X as he punches a zombie in the back of the head and the body hits us and we lose health is like a really weird and fun interaction. I can see why people want 4 reimagined because even though that action over the shoulder kind of like feel started with 4, it still feels old because you can no longer move and shoot at the same time. Whenever you aim, you're locked in. That's it. You're now aiming.
Kind of tank controls.
Yeah.
Got you.
It does feel like fine. However, it's still just like the movement itself is very clunky. Like whenever you're moving, you know, you can move forward or back, but you do like left and right at the same time. You can kind of like curve a little bit to the right, but not like turn hard right.
Got you.
Um,
Well, I mean, I feel like that would just be fixed
If-
like a definitive update patch.
yeah, which is
bullshit.
definitely possible. However, if they want to like change up models, add in new voice actors, add some extra stuff like that, like they did with 2, where they changed up the models and made it so that way, like Leon and Claire had their
outfits and
yeah. For Resident Evil 4 though, if they wanted to add in extra stuff that was in like Dark Chronicles and like hints at Code Veronica, a bunch of other shit, they could do that, and I think that that's where they're going to end up going, because Code Veronica wasn't as well received as most people wanted, because it was like DLC for 3, which was already short, and then it was also short. So,
so it's Miles.
essentially, yeah. But I don't know. Miles is like 30 hours at a minimum. That's if you're speedrunning it.
I guess race speeder.
Yeah, it's possible. Because
Actually, I know.
Inferno was like just busting through it, only doing story stuff, and got 32 hours. And I was like, that's still a lot. Like, that's another thing is Resident Evil games. Me and Glenn took
They're not very long.
19 hours,
They're
but that's also because we
replayable.
were, they are replayable. Most of the time they have multiple routes or like multiple ways you can do things. However, I should preface this by how me and Glenn play Resident Evil games is not the same way that everybody else plays Resident Evil games. I played Resident Evil 7. Yeah. I played Resident Evil 7 on my own, but that's also just because I was like, I kind of just want to play through this game. It's one that I've been waiting for a while, and I'll probably do the same for Resident Evil Village.
You mean 8?
Yeah, Village.
You mean 8? I hate that. That's another day.
I don't put the numbers unless it's specifically like
At the end.
yeah, because
It's part of the...
Resident Evil 3 is Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 3 Code Veronica, Resident Evil, like, there's a lot of Resident Evil games. There's over like 20 now. But like the reimagining versus the remake, I think RE4 could just benefit from a definitive edition. They fix up the controls like they did with Onimusha with its remake or remaster, whatever you want to call it, where they were like, yo, instead of tank controls, just use the left thumbstick. Cool. It's going to trivialize a lot of the game though. Like it will trivialize.
Well, I think they'll adjust around that then.
Yeah. But some companies, they literally just like, for Onimusha, the hard part of Onimusha was literally tank controls.
Oh.
That was the hard part, because you'd have to like dodge the boss, dodge left and right. However, with a thumbstick, you just flick it left and you dodge all the attacks. You flick it right, you dodge all the attacks. It's a little bit easier.
Gotcha.
Because of that, and they didn't really add in like the Genshin stuff from the Xbox version of the game. The game's a lot easier. It's a lot shorter. You can run through it in like an hour and 40 minutes. Which, granted, it's also only a $20 game.
Okay. Replayability.
Yeah.
Name of the game.
That's the big thing. And a lot of remasters, they added replayability to this stuff. A lot of remakes have been adding in like replayability features.
Mm-hmm.
Either time attack mode, a route B, a route alpha dot B, whatever.
So I don't like time attack because I'm bad at speedrunning.
Same.
I'm bad at games in general.
Like, I can speedrun side scrollers perfectly fine. I can speedrun Dark Souls just because, like, I played through them enough that after a while I'm like, yeah, I'm going to play through this game. However, on stuff like Resident Evil, I never touch time attack modes because I don't know. I don't, like, memorize where stuff is enough in that like I do with other games. So, but I know that the community as a whole in general, they think that time attack modes are good because it adds, like, a level of challenge. Because most of the time attack modes unlock either, like in Devil May Cry, they would unlock like super costumes, quote unquote, where it just gives you extra Devil Trigger. Like your Devil Trigger fills up way faster and just stays full.
Isn't DMC technically a reimagining of Devil May Cry?
Yes.
You want to talk about that or no?
Sure, that's fine.
I
I don't think DMC. So once again, in the really weird part of the community for that one, I don't think DMC is a bad game. I think on release it was a bad Devil May Cry game.
Okay.
However, whenever Definitive Edition launched and they added in the Devil May Cry combat, I think it was a good game. The problem was that they tried tying it into the story. So originally there was no lock-on in the game. There was no lock-on. Which means that you lose inputs that you can do. So naturally, Devil May Cry has things like whenever not locked on, forward, circle, lock on, forward, back, forward, circle. DMC only had the no lock-ons.
Like it was, you're clicking the controller. And you
it was fun, but whenever Definitive Edition launched, then it actually became good. I don't think DMC was a bad game.
That's fair.
It was a fun game. I think it fucked up the Devil May Cry story, but I also think that instead of being a Devil May Cry game, they should have just struck that name from it and put it under something else for an IP. And it would have worked and would have sold way better. The combat was fun. It's actually one of my favorite renditions of Virgil.
So, like, as far as a sequel, I don't think there'll be a DMC 2. Because they were like, this was not a great idea. Or they were like, we fucked up the story, which is already kind of fucked since when 5 came out. They were like, we're moving this into timeline. I remember you were very upset about that. It was just like, well, why don't they just, make a book and go, all right, here's the story. Games are expensive, books aren't.
Yeah. The other really weird thing is so with DMC 5, we're getting tidbits of lore that like link what this. So we're getting tidbits of lore that put the DMC universe in the Devil May Cry universe. Why? Because Itsuno was like, I liked DMC. Y'all should let me make another. And they're like, no, you can just make Devil May Cry. And he's like, I'm gonna just put little bits of Devil May Cry in this game. So that way I'll put my DMC in your Devil May Cry. And that's about how it's going. And people are liking it. Why? Because it's not DMC. It's just Devil May Cry with hints of DMC.
So there's a plot.
Yeah. A weird one, but it's there. I don't know. I don't think reimaginings are always bad. I think sometimes they lose what make the original game so great.
Time to talk about Pokemon.
Yeah. That's where I was shifting to. Personally, this is going to be mainly you, but let me just get this out of the way. I did not play Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee because I did not like the fact that battling in general was just not in the game.
It's there.
It's there, but it's not.
It's annoying.
It's non-existent compared to what it used to be, and instead you would just capture Pokemon, and I thought that felt funny, so I just didn't pick it up. I got it for others as gifts.
You were like here, and I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
I got it for others as gifts.
I got to Sabrina, and I was just like, I'm moving in 2 days. I should probably stop playing this.
Yeah. A lot of people said that shiny hunting in that game was better, but In general, I dodged Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee kind of like the plague, just because I think battling's the fun part of Pokemon. It's like the meat of the game. It's kind of like having chicken noodle soup, but taking out the soup and the chicken, so you just got noodles.
I can't eat that. I'm keto.
Yep. But yeah, you do your Pokemon thing.
So it's not really a complaint. It's just, you're right. Catching Pokemon for experience gets really dull after a while. That's a great stream game.
Hey, wait, I just realized something.
What's up?
Did they give you extra box space for the fact that you catch every Pokemon for XP?
You don't really have boxes. You just catch Pokemon until you go, oh wait, I can turn these Pokemon into candy. Professor Oak, turn these Pokemon into candy.
It does
You're
the
like,
go thing?
Mm-hmm. You're just like, Professor Oak, I need candy. And he's like, all right, give me some Pokemon. And then you get candy back, and I'm like, did he grind up all these Pokemon into candy?
Yeah, that kind of sounds like he did the Chicken McNugget meal.
I was like, man, it's got real dark.
Yeah, he stuck them in the grinder, and there they go. That's it.
Pokemon machine go burn. But like, Let's Go Pikachu Eevee is just yellow, which we didn't need. We already have Fire Red and Leaf Green. And like 18 other Kanto adventures. I'm like, did y'all really have to do this? Like, who is this for? And they're like, it's for so we can sell Switches and Let's Go Pikachu Eevee to all the people playing Pokemon Go. Other Pokemon fans don't want this. And I was like, well, I mean, if it gives me easier access to the next games y'all making. And it didn't, because they cut out half the decks. Because, you know.
Yeah.
Why would we make 800 models?
That's okay. They made it back. They brought it back.
No. I think we're up to 600. I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. On some real shit, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
For what, the game?
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't want to catch all fucking 800 Pokemon. Just doing too much. Because it's literally, hey, go fight these 8 people. Go to the SSN. Go fight Mewtwo in the cave. Go help go help Bill. And I'm just like, this is a $60 Pokemon Yellow. But you could play as Eevee. I like Eevee. I'm gonna get Eevee. I'm gonna pet Eevee's face and give it an afro and a hat and some This is just Pokemon Yellow with extra accessories. I've been bamboozled. And they're like, no, you're playing as a new character, you got a new rival, and I'm like, okay, but we're going the Sun and Moon route. Oh, that's how it's reimagining, because we're going the Sun and Moon route. You know what your rival's name is? Chase. As in, go chase. And I was like, why?
Yeah.
When we talk about definitive editions, we're going to hit Pokemon again. But, like, I don't think Pokemon needs to be reimagined. It doesn't really have a whole lot of plot holes because it doesn't have a whole lot of plot. Except for Black and White.
Listen,
which
I just want to capture my pocket monsters.
All 800 and I think fucking 79? I don't remember the exact number anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Is there too fucking many? There's too many Pokemon.
That's a conversation for another time.
No, we've had this conversation multiple times.
Mm-hmm. On 2 videos that didn't come out as well.
It's because me and Alex had that talk. Y'all
Well,
should go watch that. So, that's me and Alex screaming at each other for 2 hours. We like Pokemon. We don't like Game Freak. Game Freak bad.
So,
You want to get to your game, or you want to talk about COD? Because I don't know shit about COD. They were just like, all right, we're making this game. I'm like, didn't they make this like a week ago?
which ones?
There was what came out before Cold War?
Modern Warfare.
Isn't that just the reimagining of the game that came out in 2005?
Yep.
8, one of them.
Mm-hmm.
What was the point?
New system, kind of reboot the story a little bit since they kept killing people off.
But like, are those people important?
I don't know. I'll be real. The last
Mason, the numbers.
That was like, Black Ops. That was not Yep, different storyline.
Damn it.
You were close. No, you weren't.
Because, like, I'm fine with it being reimagined if it makes more sense, but, like...
Yeah.
Shoot people
The
in
problem
head.
is I think Call of Duty was running into the Final Fantasy conundrum.
Which is...
So...
He
Final
says
Fantasy?
playing Defu.
Yeah, well, I'm batch updating again, because, resetting my phone made me delete the batch update. There it goes. Look at them files. So Call of Duty was hitting to that really weird number where they were like, we got 3 companies working on this, and then one company shut down, and they were like, we got 2 companies working on this.
Who shut down?
So Activision bought Blizzard.
Yeah.
Sledgehammer's no longer a thing.
Oh.
And then Treyarch. Yep. Or I may have that kind of swapped around. Sledgehammer may be there. Yeah. One of them is not doing shit right now. Once again, I'm not huge into Call of Duty. I've been playing Cold War, but well, I skipped a couple Call of Duties.
Games.
Yeah, decent. I wouldn't say that I'm good. I'm decent. Like Call of Duty, I'm not that great at, except for sometimes whenever I'm like, I should probably focus and learn how to snipe in this game, and then I go on like a 10 kill streak and I go, yeah, that's good enough, and I switch away from the sniper immediately to something else. Why? Because I want to shoot things. I don't want to make people quit the game.
See, but why did they have to reimagine Call of Duty? Because
mainly because it felt
just shooting people.
Yeah, you're just shooting people, but like it felt stale. So for a while there was the dolphin dive. They didn't have the slide anymore. Whenever Black Ops came out, yeah, instead of having the slide, they had the dolphin dive where you would just.
But wall running.
They got rid of wall running because why? Well, we already got a tech giant that does that. That'd be Titanfall. They kind of perfected that. Me and Sideswipe have it. We play it on PC now and then, just to make people rage.
I like watching it. Like I said, I'm not good at shooting games.
We have a video of people calling us slurs because we're on PC and we were just using controllers because we played it on console before we played it on PC, and we were told to stop being
keyboard warriors. Let's
bundles of sticks.
Got you.
As we went like 30-1 each, just literally running across the map, killing them at reverse spawns.
I know Rebel was good at games.
Huh?
I know Rebel was good at games.
No, not Rebel, Sideswipe. It was me and Sideswipe.
Oh, you did say that. You said that twice. I'm tired.
Rebel's good at Marvel. Like, everybody wants us to do a Marvel fight, and I'm like, I don't want to play Marvel online. It's not gonna go well.
Just parsec that, it'd be fun.
Yeah, maybe one day.
But okay, I understand it was getting stale, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But you can only change up how you shoot something so much.
Correct.
Listen, as a Pokemon fan, I get it. Change up the gameplay. Game Freak, do it. Quit being cowards. Let me Nier Automata fight some Pokemon. Love that.
Did you mean Temtem? Whenever Temtem comes to Switch. Shit, right?
If Temtem ever comes to Switch.
It is. They announced it's coming for Switch. It's already on PS5.
That's PS5. That's not Switch. I can't.
The game isn't that big.
It's not out yet. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying
real. It's not real
on
yet.
Switch.
I can't pre-order that bitch.
Well, you can pre-order it on PC.
I can't move it to my Switch though.
Yeah, correct.
That would be nice.
Apparently it's supposed to be crossplay, but I'm not buying 2 copies. I'm gonna just wait for Switch. But so they reimagined Call of Duty so that way they could add in other things like mounting around corners, which kind of makes sense. Like whenever you go up to a corner, instead of like whole body peeking out, you can just boop. Yeah, you got leaning abilities, which has been in Rainbow for years, but we're not gonna bring that up much.
Never played a Rainbow Siege game.
Rainbow Six.
Same
Siege is the most recent one. But,
that's all I have to say about
that. I can see why they wanted to reimagine it. Modern Warfare is the biggest selling Call of Duty series. Like Modern Warfare 2 is like Max did videos on Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, yeah, that's when Max was like, "Hey, I can play shooting games."
Yep.
But you play fighting games. I play shooting games.
In general, they wanted to bring people back to the Modern Warfare series so that way people would kind of remember that Modern Warfare was a good series. The problem was the maps were huge, and you don't want big maps on Call of Duty games. You don't want to sit there and run around looking for people on Call of Duty games like it's Battlefield.
thought you were gonna say Halo.
Because that's how... No, Halo maps are big, but they're like a nice size. If you have a huge Halo map, then you're going to be running Big Team Battle, BTB. That's 8v8.
That's fair.
With vehicles. And rocket launchers and other stuff.
I forgot vehicles were a thing.
But if you're just doing 4v4, it's a small map. That's what Call of Duty needed to do. But instead, they had the Ghost conundrum, where like in Call of Duty Ghosts, I played that game, Cameron, I ran into 7 people the whole time I played it. Other than that, I ran around the map going, I know somebody's around here. I heard some gunshots and, oh, nope, there's a dead body. I'll go back. I'll find somebody else. Nope, that person's dead too. All right, I'll do something. I killed 7 people. Never got to play that game again. Why? Because I got tired of literally being like, there has to be another motherfucker on this map. I know it. Check the fucking scoreboard to be like, do people leave? No, there are people here. Where are they at?
More a different game.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. And Modern Warfare apparently had the same issue where, like, game was huge. Call of Duty, very small. But, I mean, Black Ops seems to, specifically Cold War, seems to have fixed a lot of those issues. So, you know, I think overall, Cold War is fixing the issues because it's kind of pulling back as a prequel of Black Ops. So,
and then we just get Black Ops reimagined to make more sense.
Yeah.
Boom, done. Marketing. Activision. Blizzard, hire me.
No, he's got a point. You know, and on top of that, Treyarch's not shitting the bed by trying to charge $110 for DLC. They're instead giving all the maps out for free. So that's a plus.
Japanese business practice. I mean, that's Japanese business practice. I don't know where Activision learned that shit from. We made Activision.
Yeah, Activision tries charging roughly $110 for the season pass, which is all the maps and everything. Or you could just play a Treyarch game where, like in Cold War, they're like, all the maps and stuff for free. If you want to buy the battle pass, it's $10. And I'm like, okay.
Good model.
Yeah.
Good model.
We can buy some skins and stuff too. You know what? You guys aren't so bad.
You want to talk about the big one now?
I'm down. I'm gonna let you do it first because I finished it way before you.
Me, I just
let you do
I only finished it 2 weeks ago. I don't know shit about that. I know basically nothing about the original. What are you talking about? I don't understand.
You just played disc 1. That's what you just played. You played disc 1. You rode a motorcycle.
This game's fun, but fuck this nigga. Quit moving so fast. If you did more damage and hit slower, this would be fine. But not tink tink tink. I'm like, motherfucker, quit touching me. Mm-hmm. It's like Glenn. Glenn's like, I'm gonna touch you a whole lot, but not do a lot of damage. I'm just like, or just hit me once. Let me counter. Just let me counter. It's my only problem with counter state. Counter's the first hit only. Like, hold up, timeout. He multi-hit.
You can multi-hit counter. The only problem? Just mash the fuck out of that button.
Nah, I was lied to. So, I understand why... Okay, no, I don't. I understand why they remade Final Fantasy VII. I don't understand why they reimagined it. Because I feel like they could have just been like, we'll tweak the story here, that's it. Not, hey, yo, Zach's alive. I'm like, Who is Zach? Who is he again? Who is this nigga? Why is he getting shot at? What's happening? Because I just looked at you and was like, this don't make no sense. This makes a little sense. But not a lot.
I was going to say, I can explain it for you in the podcast, but...
We got... I know Cloud was like, this is my sword now. My friend died, but this is my sword now. These memories, these are my memories. I'm just like, but they not. My big issue was he was like, memories also equal muscle memory. And I'm like, that shouldn't be how that works though. It makes the game make more sense, but that's not how that should work.
It is though.
Shut up! You ain't in this episode. Remember?
You have all your ancestors' DNA inside your memories.
Fucking Desmond can't scale buildings.
Yeah, he can.
Shut up.
That was the ending of 3, and then he gets stabbed.
Okay, that's why Desmond stopped showing up in Assassin's Creed games. Okay, I was like,
Yep.
They need to reimagine Assassin's Creed and make that shit make sense. That shit makes no sense anymore.
You want to know the worst part?
Like none.
Animus.
Like that. I'm scared to look at the current not history part for that.
For Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
Yup.
Fun fact. The current day shit, not in the games.
Okay.
It's in the books.
Because
everyone was like, what the fuck is this bullshit? And then they were like, just read the books instead. Y'all clearly don't want this shit in your games. And everyone was like, yeah, fuck that stuff. So now it's only in the books.
I only know that there was no present day stuff when I was watching the small dog girl play Valhalla.
Mm-hmm.
VTubers are a trap. I'm falling down a rabbit hole. Someone help, but that's the conversation for a whole nother day with a whole different group of people.
Definitely.
I feel like Assassin's Creed needs to be reimagined to make sense now, but that's because they fuck with the present day so much. Final Fantasy. CJ?
Yeah.
Why couldn't we have gotten the original story? And don't say because you could get the full last game for $7 on eShop at one point. That's not an excuse. It's kind of an excuse, but it's not really an excuse.
Do you want me to tell you why they reimagined it?
I would assume because the plot is all over the place. Because every time someone talks about it, it's because the plot's all over the place.
No. So, they reimagined it because this is a quote-unquote sequel to the original game.
But I'm doing the same shit as the original game. So how the fuck is it a sequel?
It's a separate, it's a separate time instance. Aerith remembers everything from the first game, so does Sephiroth. Cloud has inklings of the first game.
Which isn't fair. I mean, from gameplay standpoint, it's fair, but from a plot, it's not fair.
Everybody loves Cloud. However, people fucking love Zack. Zack is Japan's highest rated fucking character. In Dissidia, he is so highly rated that motherfucker is out of meta and people still use him. Why? Because it's Zack.
But there's literally 100 other characters.
Yeah, there's 139 other characters. For Japan, there's 147 other characters, but they decided Zack's our boy. Okay. He is the most highly sought after character in any fucking type of game. However, knowing that he will never be in anything ever again, a lot of people were like, yeah, well, I don't see a point in playing Crisis Core. But with Final Fantasy VII Remake going, we got a separate timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Him alive.
Uh-huh.
How many panties hit the floor right then?
I don't know. Animal Crossing was like, I exist, therefore every other game is inferior. And I went,
a lot.
Hey, man, it's not fair.
I still see art of Zack on my fucking timeline on Twitter to this day.
Fucking him and Aerith. I'm like, that's fine.
Because that's the ship. They were a thing. They were dating.
They were a couple.
Mm-hmm. And then Soldier was like, go to Niflheim. And then Sephiroth went, wait, I'm a Genova baby. What the fuck? And stabbed everybody. There are multiple timelines now. I still think the game should have started off with what I fucking wanted as the tutorial, which is we should have had the ending of Crisis Core with a full beefed up Zack. I'm talking full kit, full Buster Sword, pissed off, fighting the entire army. He dies.
Oh, Samus Aran that shit. You get your full kit and then we're going to take it away from you.
Yeah, you can see what Cloud can work his way up to. He dies, he bequeaths the Buster Sword to Cloud just like Angeal did to him, and then it skips years later. Cloud's on the fucking train. There you go. You have your tutorial out of the way. You can experience Cloud's life as a merc. You can see where he came from, where he went to, where he is. At the ending, then, you'd be like, wait, dude that helped Cloud in the beginning, he's alive again. That's weird.
See, that's where I would go, hey, I got questions. That's where I would be like, whose man's is this?
But think about how much more impact that would have had if, during your tutorial, it said Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. and you've seen him running away, and then the army coming, and he fought and died.
Personally.
And then at the end, instead of him dying and Cloud getting the Buster Sword, you see somehow he lives and starts walking there instead.
All right.
So that would tell you.
Now I got problems.
Instead of, hey, yo, look at this beagle on the chip bag. Like, instead of, look at this chip bag, different timeline. You would know.
Hold up.
This is a separate timeline.
But now I got more questions.
Mm-hmm.
If that nigga is alive, why do you have the sword now?
Because it's a separate timeline. I already said that.
If it's a separate timeline and he lives, why does he have the sword? Where does that go to be like
That's a separate timeline.
Here?
In our timeline, Zack is still dead.
All right, but in the other timeline, what?
Zack still has the sword, and he's carrying Cloud towards Shinra.
Because they gonna make that, they gonna put that other timeline into this next game.
Yep.
They gonna mix it and be like, but why? Let this man rest.
Yep.
Or do what you did in 15. Well, I mean, nah. Let Tabata get some rest. Tabata does too much.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Do what they did in 15, where Zack's like, yo, Aerith, heaven, let's go. Or wherever the fuck Noctis and Lunafreya went.
Heaven. Mm-hmm. Heaven.
He's pointing at the book.
Yeah, I'm pointing at the Dawn of the Future book. So, here's the other thing. If that happens, that's just Advent Children.
Which means nothing because I've never seen that.
Advent Children Collectors
I know what happens,
edition,
but I'm just like, this doesn't make any sense.
literally has a scene where Cloud's like, I'm going to give up. And Zack's like, hey, you got to be a bigger man in this.
I didn't raise a
you
bitch.
For this.
I ain't raised no bitch.
And then Cloud is like experiencing trauma because he watched Aerith die. And Aerith's like, we got places to go, people to see. You got people to protect. And then you watch Zack and Aerith walk away into the light. And Cloud's like, all right, I'm pissed off. I'm about to beat Sephiroth's ass.
Cause like, can we? Okay, if I remember the original,
Go on.
Cloud is still mind controlled. That's the word. By Sephiroth to be like black materia. Here you go.
Yes. Yes and no.
Can we get rid of that?
So
I just want Sephiroth to be like, I got it.
There you go.
You don't. This is a fake. Fuck.
In the original, whenever you go to the Black Temple, Cloud has like because he has Genova cells in him, Sephiroth is able to control the Genova cells to want to kill Aerith to summon the Black Materia. So Cloud's literally sitting there like slapping Aerith in the face, and everyone's like, Cloud, stop it. And he's like, I'm gonna get this bitch. And then Sephiroth says, hey, yo, homie, I got this shit. Falls down from the fucking rafters, which don't exist, by the way. And
yeah,
stab
because
Aerith
it's just
in the
black.
fucking chest. Yeah.
I'm like, there's just blackness. Is this one wing flapping, keeping them elevated? Like, how is this working?
This is just going to become a fucking Final Fantasy VII theory video.
I mean,
like, at the end of it. However, with the new timeline and continuation, there's a high possibility where Sephiroth goes like, if she dies, I lose. I gotta protect Aerith. And then Cloud has to be like, I gotta murder Aerith. Because without her dying, you don't get the life stream saving the planet whenever fucking Sephiroth summons Meteor. You don't. Because literally the planet's about to die, and then the life stream goes,
Parry.
Yeah. You don't you don't have that. So there's that high possibility where the next disc focuses around Aerith and this build up, and then her just going, y'all gotta kill me, and Sephiroth being like, y'all don't gotta do that. And you play this cat and mouse game of the party has to kill Aerith.
I'd rather just play a Sephiroth and be like, hey man, I know.
Yeah, I told Sideswipe that I want you to play as Sephiroth beating Cloud's ass as Cloud's attempting to kill Aerith.
No. I want you to be able to play as Sephiroth and be like, as a game developer, player, you spent fucking 80 hours with this team, with this nice sassy young lady. Stop. Fuck you. See you in the next part. Bye. I want that. Because that's going to leave an impact. Like, you spent all this time with her, and they're just like, hey, yo, kill her as Sephiroth. What? Kill her as Sephiroth.
But that doesn't make sense for his point. That's the problem.
Exactly.
With him knowing that if he kills her, if she dies, he loses.
But
he has to find a new plan.
He has to lose, though.
He doesn't have to.
He has to.
He has the knowledge.
He has to lose, though.
That's what the 7 seconds is.
But he's got to lose.
The 7 seconds comment is, what would you do if you had 7 seconds?
CJ, we cannot have the bad guy win. Did the clown win in Final Fantasy VI?
Technically, yes, and then he lost in the end. He actually ends up like murdering the entire... everybody is underneath the clown's control. He becomes God. Yeah, Kefka won in 6. And in a way, Ultimecia wins in 8. And
I don't know, it's just about that. I just want the
Kuja
clowns
in
to
9.
Okay, you're not helping my case anymore. Maybe
And
the
then-
bad guys can win?
And then Arden in 15 wins for 10 years. This is not going well.
Well, again, no. He only wins, and we're like, all right, my nap's over. Where's all my friends? And they go, all right, nigga, I gotta kill you. You done fucked up too much shit. I gotta kill you. Such a good fight. I want another fight like that. Because the Cloud versus Sephiroth fight didn't feel nearly as big as I gotta beat my granddad's ass.
Well, it's not even Granddad. It's like
Great,
great,
it's like
great.
great. Yeah.
Like the storyline started with him. Like the whole ass bloodline started with him and his brother, and I'm just like, yo, that's fucked up. But yeah,
I want something impactful, but I don't.
I feel it.
I feel like we'll get.
We're not there yet.
I feel like we'll get that for the end.
We're in chapter 3 of Final Fantasy 15 right now. That's where we're at. We're in. You just killed my dad. I'm mad. I'm hurt. I'm upset. That's where we're at. I think Final Fantasy 7, the FF7R it's a good game. I like it. I
if
completed
you
it.
think it's bad. You're
I
just
platinumed
wrong.
Yeah. It does have some issues. My main issue with it, the item system for... You can't use items straight out of the menu. You have to put them onto the shortcut to use them. I know, because it hurt. I'd be like, okay, let me just go into the main menu, click items, click potions, click use. And instead of having a use button, they have a shortcut button. You then have to go back out into the main menu. And you can do it in between fights, which doesn't take as long. But it's still like, just let me use some items from the main menu. So that way I don't have to...
Like, I would just push the...
Yeah, you have to use the shortcut menu.
The button and then scroll down through all my items and go,
Yeah.
I have too much shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, instead of that, just let me click the item. Like, let me press start. Let me click items and just click potions, heal everybody up. Done. I don't want to, like, shortcut. That was my only downfall with the game.
You mean,
Like, I'll be honest.
You just multi-use. You just hold the button.
Yeah, I know that multi-use was a
Dumb.
thing that they added in later on, but I still want the ability to use items in the menu.
Why
The fact that you can't, like, because that's a staple Final Fantasy thing. You could still use it in 15. Like, yeah, you could use items other than that. However, like, outside of combat, if you want to use multiple things, instead of having to scroll through the whole menu, just let me, like, click all my items, sort, done. I just want a simple sort feature and the ability to use items in the menu instead of having to go into the menu, put them in a shortcut menu, and then go back to the main world again.
In the shortcut menu, I literally just pushed.
Yes, the feature that they added in 3 months after I beat the game.
Yeah,
I know.
well, you shouldn't beat the game day 1, not day 7, 8. Not well. You shouldn't beat the game so quickly. I don't have words for that.
Either way, that should have been something that was
You
in the
had
game
the
before.
exact same problem with 15. This
Yep.
ending sucks. What are you talking about? You got a new ending. Which
This is it.
I don't get why
My-
it was in the game to begin with. Just ayo, one more delay. This is it. I promise. We just gotta fix some stuff. Multiple endings.
My issue with
one more
7
delay.
was literally just something that they semi-fixed later on, but I just wanted them to add a simple feature that is in every other RPG.
I was like, I didn't have that issue.
Yeah.
I just pushed the button and was like,
I did. I have 5
Potions.
minutes of me using potions on my PS4. Click. 1 potion. 1 potion. 1 potion. 1 potion. 1 potion. 1 potion.
well, if it was
One
in
potion.
15,
One
that
potion.
seems like a huge
1
oversight.
potion. Yep. Because in 15, you can literally just click items, potions,
You know
all.
why? You know why? Because Namor was in charge and not Tabata. I don't like Namor. Namor can just design characters and be done. That's it. Don't let this man direct games. Stop. For fuck's sake, stop.
The World Ends With You is going to go great.
What?
The World Ends With You is going to go great. Neo World Ends With You is going to be perfect.
I feel... yo...
As
long as it doesn't play like the fucking original, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Which
it doesn't look like it will. It looks like it's going to be like action.
Like a real game?
Yeah. Looks like we're going to get some Final Fantasy VII Remake type shit going on.
I love Wii motion controls on my fucking Switch.
But yeah, I think as far as remakes versus reimaginings versus remasters go, I think reimaginings are good, but sometimes they lose the initial feel of the game that they're attempting to reimagine.
Stop reimagining Pokemon. I want Let's Go Gen 2, but I don't want Let's Go Gen 2. I want Gen 4 remake, so people will shut the fuck up. Which is terrible, but you know, here we are.
I suspect that we'll get
we're gonna get both. I just don't know what we'll get first.
Yeah. I don't know. I am not the huge Pokemon guy.
I'll watch.
Like I'm that's weird. They share a voice actor. That's weird. I don't like it.
Nigga, it's more weird. The dude from Fire Force, that black dude from Soul Eater. I don't know who the fuck that is. Is that nigga from the new anime? Nope, that's D. Rayman. That's even weirder. Get this out of my face.
Kurokos? I don't think I have as many issues as other people have.
As far as what? With what?
For reimaginings, a lot of people had issues with Final Fantasy VII remixing, like the remaster mixing up the story. I don't have as many issues with that because I'm like...
The story makes more sense now. In my opinion, I'm just like, I don't understand what's happening. Wait 5 minutes. Oh, okay. I would be like... I will admit, when the ghost things popped up, I was just like... I'm 100% sure these are new to this game, but like... What are these ghost things here for?
Yeah.
And they're like, no. Just they're here to fix the story. I'm like... Okay. Because I got a problem with the story now.
Mm-hmm.
We have to fight fate.
Yep.
I'm like, no, this is an anime. Yes, but no. You do not need to defy fate. You guys are fine. Just stay the course and everything will be cool. Right? If you know you gotta die, just do it now. Fuck it. Don't let him have that. Don't let that man have that power over you. You can kill yourself like a strong, independent woman. But does Sephiroth have to kill her? Can she just die whenever?
So Sephiroth in the original game, the reason why he has to kill her in the Black Temple is because he needs the power of the ancients to form the black materia. She has a materia in, like, the last known holy materia is in her hairband. It's like part of her fucking hair bow thing. Mm-hmm.
Where's that bitch hiding at? It must be smaller than normal, because, like...
The holy materia?
Yeah, because I'm sitting over here like, materia's big as fuck in this game. I'm just like, god damn!
Yeah, materia can shrink in size. It can also absorb into your body and a bunch of other shit. Like, that's... Like, literally in Advent Children, there's a scene where, like, they're sitting there and they're just like... And they're just jamming them into their arms because it, like, melts into it. Man, and you can see, like, glowing stones.
I've seen Ruby. That's always a bad idea.
I
feel shit.
Damn. I don't think that...
Vamp about what games you want reimagined.
For the love of God, give me Onimusha. I know it's never happening. Just give it to me, though. Like,
explain why.
I already bought Onimusha 1 and...
explain why. Come on, Jack.
I already bought Onimusha 1 on literally every system available. I bought it on my PS4, my Xbox One, my Switch, my PC. Capcom gave me too much hope. They were like, you know what? Here's a game you love. I was like, you know what? This will be good. But, you know, it just kind of ends up being kind of down to that same problem of they don't think that there's enough interest to draw actual money to it. So I don't think I'll ever get that. But, you know, there's a possibility. We got Onimusha 1 remastered. Although it wasn't Genshin, which was kind of weird. It was something. I don't think it's a bad game. I'm here with y'all. I don't think a lot of games that people fucking hate as much are as bad. Like, there's a new Onimusha project apparently supposed to happen in 2022. And, yeah, we're kind of hoping that leak, quote unquote, is true, because Onimusha is a series that they've given. Like, it was in Tatsunoko versus Capcom on the Wii. Like, Soki was from Onimusha Dawn of Dreams. They could literally just remaster the series and sell it in packs like Spyro did. And I'm pretty sure most people would still be fine with that. But I don't know. I also still just want a remake of 9. Give me the remake of 9. If you could just give me the 9 remaster, then I'd be set. Because I'd get Zidane's remaster. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I like Final Fantasy. Some remasters I don't think we need, though. Some nice dead silence. You know, I think this is okay. This is fine. Why? Because at the end of the day, everybody's going to stay real mad about these Final Fantasy VII remakes. And us, we're just going to have some fun. It's going to be a fucking struggle. It's going to be so fucking bad. I'll say that out loud, though. Because I don't want it to end up like... I don't want the Demon Souls type of remake scenario. Because Demon Souls remake is good. However, they left the issues of original Demon Souls in. You fight Flame Lurker. If you're a melee build, you set yourself on fire. You die. However, if you run magic, then everything's okay. It's all better. But, you know, I don't think any Final Fantasy games really have issues like that. Same Umbra. I don't think any Final Fantasy games have issues like that just because, I don't know, they just don't seem to... They seem a little bit more thought out than Dark Souls and Demon Souls. Like, they want you to have diverse builds, but not diverse enough to actually be able to build it. I thought we were going to get a Panzer Dragoon remake, to be honest. With Microsoft buying stuff out, but I don't know. I feel like Panzer Dragoon also fell flat kind of hard. Just kind of fell on like deaf ears for it. Because Panzer Dragoon was a really short game. Panzer Dragoon Orta was better, but still a short game nonetheless. And then instead of remastering Orta, they remastered Panzer Dragoon. It's really confusing. Because, like, why even remaster Panzer Dragoon if... Why even master Panzer Dragoon if, like, whenever you're doing that, there's such a struggle to have, I don't know, extra content. I don't know, y'all. I feel like this is the end, you know. It's where we're gonna round things out, have a good conversation, and then eventually we'll get some new games, you know. I don't think we'll get a Pokemon remaster ever, but I think Onimusha is likely the most recent leak, and I kind of hope Panzer Dragoon is something besides Panzer Dragoon Orta, but who knows? Maybe we can get Orta A2 remastered or remade or something. I'll be with it. But I kind of think that's where we're like, yeah, he's fucking killing himself. So I think that's it, boys.
More Taco Bell. I remember why I stopped going there.
Yep.
That worked faster than I thought.
Yep.
I didn't eat a whole lot.
I've been sitting here on this.
Hi, it's post. What? Yeah, it's technically post. Yeah, hi, it is post. Cameron doing the game I want. Reimagine because I said I would. Because I had to take the 10-minute bathroom break, and I'm going to leave that at that. I got to figure out how to fill 5 minutes of time. Oh boy, here we go. Naturally, I would be like, yo, Pokemon needs a reimagining real bad after Fire Red, Leaf Green, and Let's Go Pikachu Eevee. But I am so fucking tired of going to Kanto. I'm just gonna completely get rid of that. So my new answer after a bit of thinking is Senran Kagura. If you don't know what that is, man, we have like 50 videos on that. You should go watch. It's a fun series. However, the story makes no logistical sense because it is broken up into 2 timelines, which is fucking stupid. It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense because the first 2 games are on 3DS. And I was like, okay, cool. And then the next game kind of retcons, kind of doesn't. It adds some stuff, and I was like, all right, wait, whoa. What you should have done, well, what they kind of did when they remade 1, but that's just it. It's a remake, not a reimagining. I'm completely overhauling the story, but that's with the hindsight of I'm going to make the current story make a little more sense. So I'll have Asuka and her people and Homura. Asuka and her people and Homura and her people, they're still going to be fighting over the scroll. But at the end, I'm going to add Yumi, not as a villain, but like as a reason they go, okay, we have to fight together because there's now a person we know that is stronger than us because she just beat our ass and took all of our stuff. So I'm just going to tweak the story in like 5 spots, make it so that when Havari gets the scroll taken from her, it's a fake scroll, nothing really happens, but they realize, oh, we're still weak, we still need to do this whole training montage, and then the bad guys, the Hibijo girls, will go, oh, they outsmarted us, let's regroup and do a replan of attack. Only for it to all fail at the end, and Yumi just go, you both are fucking pathetic, I'm just gonna take these away from y'all so my people can get stronger. And then with that, we'll set up game 2 and 3, and blah blah blah, so on and so forth until we get to Shin, which we should be fighting in the next game, which is probably never gonna come out. So there's that. I also want to fix the engine because I'm tired of the game just kind of looking and running like not great. Like I'm tired of seeing things clip through each other, weird collision. I just want the game to be running a solid engine so it can look a little bit better. I don't think that's too much to ask for personally. We can even put in the toggle button to turn off the clothes ripping and nudity, quote unquote, off. So if that's not your thing, you just want to play a fun action beat 'em up, you can do that. But that's what I want. Reimagine. I want to fix story, fix the engine, and then kind of redo marketing as well, because that game wasn't marketed very well. At least here in America, they got very, very little marketing. But yeah, that's what I want to see reimagined.
Been waiting.
For what?
Second we're done, that's all it's done.
I mean, you can go ahead and go now. I'm gonna do my Kimahara reimagined in post. You did not get my message then, okay? Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye.